So, welcome everybody to today's podcast on the power of visualization. Now, before we get into it, let me introduce you to this lovely guest that I have today. Navipur has emerged as a visionary designer and a testament to the power of passion and determination. Now, she came from a line of high end fashion designers, also known as haute couture. I think that's how I'm pronouncing it. With her
Yes,
mom, Anat, they
yes.
originally started their boutique in the bridal industry by mixing traditional with modern designs in creating beautiful gowns. Now, their gowns are loved by brides not only in Israel but also in the United States. In 2022, I think around that time, Nama moved her entire family to Austin, Texas, and became the main breadwinner with her boutique and brand. It still continues to grow to today, where she has 3 stores and there's more to come. Each gown is uniquely designed and made with love. And I'm not just saying this for the sake of saying it because I've actually met this woman in person. Nama's journey from dreaming about being a designer to becoming the founder of an empire is a testament to the power of passion, vision, and unwavering dedication. So today, together with her family, she has turned her dreams into reality, leaving a mark on the wall of bridal couture. So, welcome, Namara. Thank you for
Thank you
clearing
so
out
much for
some
this
time
amazing
and being here.
introduction. Thank you.
It's amazing, and I know I actually came up to see you out of the blue last year, so it's great to
Yes.
finally meet you there in person.
Well, I was meditating, calling customers, and then you showed up. It means that you're going to be a customer.
I'm gonna be a future customer, so
Yes.
we'll see. We'll see. Follow through, and we'll see Nama designing my future dressing.
Yes.
All right. Now, the story about how I knew Nama was through we studied together with a coach, and this was, I think, last year. Was it the year before?
I think it was yeah, it was last year.
Give and take kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I found her to be an amazing woman, busy with family as well as work.
Thank you.
So she's got this huge energy from waking up in the morning, dealing with kids, as well as her business and growing her business. Now, a question I wanted to ask, and which will be helpful to people, is the whole partnering thing. Like your story was you partnering with your mom, but also you had partners with your friend. What was the thought process going through that?
Uh, Partnering with my mom. Well, I wanted to be a fashion designer ever since I was 6. I was drawing dresses during class. I was always drawing, and I was always looking at fashion magazines, and this is what I wanted to do. Now, around the age of 11, me and my mom watched a beautiful movie. It's like a series, and it's about someone named Emma Hart. I think it's a real story. It's a true story. Yes, and she was during World War I. She was very poor, and she came from nothing until she built her own empire during this war. And that was really inspiring. I mean, this story gave me like a slap in my back, and it just told me this is what you should do. You should
At age
get
11.
up and do it at age 11. And I looked at my mom and said, listen, we're going to do this together. We're going to open a studio here in Israel, and we're going to do it. I mean, and the background I came from was not amazing. I mean, we didn't have the option to just open something, or I mean, it came also from the want to be famous, to be rich, to be successful. This is something that I was born to. I always had the feeling that I'm not a normal person, like a not normal, like not a usual person.
An average
Some people
person.
may some people may say that I'm not normal, which I really don't care.
But I think
Um,
successful people are labeled as the weird people of the class
yeah, I
or
mean,
of the group.
nobody can say that I'm weird, but they can say I have no fear, like fearless. People always tell me that I have balls, which I know I have. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really listen to what's going on outside of me. So this is what I mean, this is when I really felt that, okay, this is where I'm going, and I'm going to push my mom into it as well. Because she wasn't even, I mean, she had her own plans and she studied art. She was a teacher. And after that, she managed, she was a really special teacher, I must say. And then she managed an advertising company. So it wasn't even something that was on her plan. And I just dragged her into it.
From age 11.
Yeah.
You
And then
kind
when
of
I
molded
yeah,
her mind into that idea of
yes, I
bridal
do this for
designing.
people.
Now, would you say you are lucky or in terms of having a supportive mom for this idea and this
I'm very
product?
lucky because I feel, I know that when you are, before you were born, I feel like you can choose your family. And my mom is full with good intentions. I mean, she's very supporting, and she really built this strong woman that I am. I feel like it's also from the the bad times that I've been through, I mean, made me who I am. But also she was very supportive. I mean, when I came home and I said, listen, mom, they laughed about me. They said I'm fat. I don't know. So she was like, no, they're jealous because you're prettier than them. I mean, and I always looked
It's better
really
than
rich.
my mom calling me a big fat whale. So
Oh no, no, no.
I love you, mom. But yeah, that was really
Yeah,
funny for me.
my mom was always, I mean, she was always increasing my confidence in a really crazy way. I mean, she was like, yeah, you're the only one. You're the only one who knows. You know better. You're stronger. You're like creating this confidence in me.
Amazing. That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
really lucky.
The
I'm glad to
funny thing
hear.
that the funny thing is she's not as confident as I am. I push her to do stuff.
I feel that it's either you become your mom or you become opposite of your parents. It's either one or the
I
other.
am opposite. I'm the complete opposite from her.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's the same with me and my parents. Like I find there's some similarities in that, but I think what drives me myself, it's like being wanting to change my life,
Yeah.
and the only
Yeah.
way is to be the complete opposite of my parents.
Yeah, I remember used to watching her, and I still do. I'm like, why are you doing this? I was like, giving her a lecture when I was 12. I'm like, you shouldn't do this. You should do this or do that. I mean, and I'm so happy that I get to see those things that I want to change and to choose a different path
But the
because
thing
it's
is, you
very
also
important.
you also learn from your parents, and that's
Of
the
course.
beauty of of things.
I
It's
think the
you.
motherhood and the giving, this is what something that I took from her.
Yeah.
She's very, very giving. I mean, she doesn't care about herself at all when she's mothering you. So that's also something that I've learned.
Amazing. So today's life that you have is today's life a life that you've always imagined, or is it better?
Today's life, yes, it's better than what I've imagined because I didn't know that I would end up in the US. Ever since I was a child, I wanted to be American. God knows why. I taught myself English. I made my kids know English. I taught them too. And because I don't know why. I mean, I told them all the time, you have to do two things at school. I don't care about the other things. It's Bible and English. And they always had great grades at this specific subjects. I feel like Bible is something that really, I mean, we study the Torah, which is the Old Testimony. So this is very important. I mean, these stories are amazing. You have so many things to learn from the Bible. So it's very important that they will know that in English.
Mm,
And I just, and I showed up here.
that's right. And you made it into a reality. That's the thing. It's
Yes.
turning that thought and that dream and that vision that you have created in your mind, and actually,
Yeah.
turning that into a reality. It's like with my business, it's thinking about the kind of business that we want,
Yeah.
and then figuring out from the end result of what we see, and
Mm-hmm.
working through it backwards. So with
Yeah.
with everyone being different, how did you bring your dream into a reality?
Wow, that's a long story.
Try and make it short.
But
We
but
will
I'll
be
tell
here all
you,
day.
I'll tell you. The thing is that my dream was very hard to, well, I went through really bad things in my past, and it was super hard for me. It wasn't as easier as it now after I know what I know. I mean, after I've met with Bob Proctor, I mean, the change in my life started 13 years ago. I mean, maybe 14. The first thing I've done is I changed my I changed everything about my nutrition. I got a book, I read the book, I changed everything. Organic, clean, I throw everything from my house. I don't know, it just happened to me. I threw because I didn't know. People don't know what they eat. And then I throw everything like the bleach, that all those crazy materials and stuff you have in your home.
But
I throw
I
everything
think
in the
it
garbage.
sounds like it's from the realization that something needs to change in order to reach that dream.
Yeah, I mean, but my change was so it was like organized. I did not know what's going to happen next. So I cleaned the house, I changed my nutrition, also my family's. And it wasn't that bad, but you know. And after that, I found a different way of medicine, which means homeopathic. I found this homeopathic way. And then I took my kids to a homeopath treatment. And then I took myself. And then I started to learn homeopathy, study it inside the business. I mean, I had the business, and once a week I had to go. I was pregnant. It wasn't planned, like all of my kids. And then I took my pregnant belly into a beautiful school. And then I've learned it was like 4 years, and it was super hard with the business. Plus, I took my baby with me when she was born. So she was 4 when I graduated.
So I
And
find
then,
it sounds like, every time the journey that we take, there's always something that's going to be challenging us, whether or
yeah,
not it's an unexpected thing. But I think like both of us are the same in terms of the persistency of and the
yeah,
dedication of we're going to make it happen no matter what.
yeah.
And it's the discipline
But I
that
but I feel like if you have a job from 9 to 5, it's very simple. I mean, you don't have to do anything after 5. You go home, you just lay, you eat something, you play with your kids. When you have a business, you work 24/7. You don't stop. I mean, I get home, after my kids are asleep, now they're older, so they're not up, they're never asleep. But I just, I use the time. I sit in front of the computer and I do everything I have to do.
yeah, but
And imagine I
there's
was
a
in
difference
Israel.
between dreamers and doers.
Yes.
And doers are
Big,
the ones that get things, that turn things into reality. So with yourself,
yeah.
it's changing its whole life. It's accepting your current situation and knowing that in order to change, in order to reach that dream of yours, you have to change your life. Figuring out in terms of what to change is the journey that everyone goes through. So with you, you
Yeah.
started in stages. You said, you changed your whole life in terms of your
Oh, yeah.
health,
But
your
I didn't
nutrition,
know
and
that it's happening. I mean, I wasn't aware to the change that about to happen. It's like I was doing it with the flow, and it's like I was guided to do stuff that I have to do first before I do the mental change.
absolutely, absolutely.
And
And the
then
thing
I
is,
discovered,
yeah, with you said Bob Proctor, it's accepting that helps
yes,
too, isn't it?
it's I think that was the biggest gift that I ever discovered. I used to listen to stuff like that, like very I don't know how to, not very deep. And then I discovered that I really liked it. The homeopathy probably took me to the spiritual road.
Yeah.
And then I just listened to him a few times on YouTube. This is how I discovered him. And I listened and I listened and I listened, and then I'm like, probably if this is the free material, probably if I'm gonna pay. And I was in a really bad um financial state when I found him. I really wanted to make it happen, but it didn't happen the way that I wanted to happen when I had my
and
studio in
and that's
Israel.
that's what separates us. It's how bad do you want this to happen? How bad do you want this to work?
Oh my God. I'm willing to donate my hair and my
And
nails
live
for
a
that, which is a big sacrifice.
your hair and the nails is the biggest
Yes.
sacrifice. That's
The
amazing.
biggest.
Yeah, like for myself, it's the same thing. It's at that particular time, it's losing, 6 figures of my life savings, and money was tight at that
You
time,
know that I keep thinking about it with you. I mean, she lost her entire life savings.
Absolutely. And it's that I'm gonna do whatever it takes to have a better life. Like you idiots out there that screwed me, it's not gonna take control of my life. So that
Hmm.
was the edge for me. It was more like a shove to kind of change my life. And for me that had to happen. But it was more of you either do it or you just sink yourself and dig yourself deeper into this
Yeah.
whole depression thing.
Yeah, no depression for me. I mean, things happen to me and I'm like, okay, thank you more.
Move on. Yeah.
Get out of my way. I'm gonna buy the building. Leave me alone.
And you make things work. I've heard your story from beginning since knowing you, and you just make things work. There's a lot of challenges that we all face, including yourself.
Yeah.
And it's no matter how annoying and upsetting some things are, it's making things work. It's letting go of all the negative feeling
Yeah.
and energy and just focus on where you have to go and how to expand and, as you say, build your empire.
Yeah. And I feel like something really important that I have learned from Bob that he said all successful people they suffer from the same problems that other people suffer, but the attitude and the way they're taking it, this is what makes them successful and rich. So every time something happened to you, if you go, oh no, this happened and blah blah blah, okay, so you can take 7 seconds to get it, because you don't want to, you don't want to eat it in from the inside. So you complain for a second and then you say, okay, what's next? How do I fix it? What do I have to do now to make it work? And this is my attitude for everything. I mean, stuff happened to me every day, like 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm a big person. I can handle everything just because I'm going to, I have a route and I have a path. And in the path, you have some, issues coming to you, which is fine.
Always. But the thing is, the bigger you grow, the more issues you're going to have, the more
Yeah.
challenges you're going to have. So it's how you deal with it and how you
Yeah.
let it go in a millisecond so that you can
Hmm.
function properly in the day. Now, an advice, what kind of advice would you give a solopreneur or an entrepreneur in the making?
Oh my God, I can write a book. What advice?
What is the biggest lesson you've
Don't
learned
let
in
the
life?
outside control you. Don't let the outside control you. That's the biggest advice I can give to a person.
Mm,
There's no
absolutely.
outside.
Yes, absolutely. Now, any other advice in terms of time management and energy? Since I know you work
Time
like from
management and
3 o'clock in
energy.
the
Well,
morning till midnight.
I have a lot of energy
Yes.
and I can stay awake a long, long time. I don't need much sleep. Um I'm used to it because when I was in Israel, I slept something like 4 hours a night, which is not okay and it's not healthy. And I changed it once I moved here because I was in touch. I was in touch with my stores in the US until 2 a.m. And then I have to get up at 7 a.m. to take care of all the kids and go to the studio. So I and now I sleep 6 or 6.5 hours and it's amazing. So I have a lot of energy and I charge myself. I don't need people to tell me, "Oh, you're amazing," or "You did well." I don't care about that. I tell that to myself. Time management is very important. I mean, you need to talk to yourself. Put alarm clocks or because I also have problems. I mean, I get up, I come here to the studio and I work with my girls and I can just work, I can forget about everything. But I have my meditations scheduled. I have scheduled with my clients that I see every day. I'm very, very, very busy. I have 4 kids and a husband, and it's a lot. I manage the entire family. So yes, time management is very, very important. You have to be very, very disciplined.
So I've seen Nama work with her ladies, and her ladies are amazing. So if you're interested in seeing her gowns, if you can see on the background, they're all amazing gowns. And I believe that they can look at your stuff on your website and social media. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So her things are all handmade at the store, and she
Yes,
can
everything is
deliver
being
it.
made here
Yeah, so she
at
can
my
deliver it at
studio.
any part of the world if you wish and if you like. But yeah, she is the thing. She is the queen of her industry, I can say. She is strict with time. She's strict with the way she wants things, and things got to be done at a particular speed and time. So that's
Yes,
the beauty about what Nama does in her industry. So she's an amazing person. If you're interested to know more, you can follow her on her social media. I'm going to put it down on the link. But yeah, Nama, thank you for being here. And you know already that you are an amazing person. So I don't have to tell
thank
you this.
you. Thank you.
But
Yeah, I
I
said that
think,
to myself.
yeah, what she does is I've noticed that she does a lot of meditation. So before we end today's podcast, can you talk us about meditation and how important it is for yourself?
Yes. So there's a difference between meditation and visualization. I am more of the visualization person, but the meditation is also something that I really need. So the meditation thing, when you get out, you go away. I mean, you listen to the music and you detach. It's something that I do if I have bad energy controlling me. So I need to, release it from me. So I open a fresh start by wiping everything out, listening to the music and my breathings, and I go away. I can do it even without them. I can do it everywhere. This is very, very important. But the 3 times a day, 4 times a day visualization that I do, first of all, I mean, if you have a business and you want clients, so you should see them, you know exactly what you want, which clients, what kind of people you want to attract. So I do that in front of my schedule. I see the schedule and I schedule people with my eyes.
And it's
And
visualizing it in absolute detail, isn't it? It's not just
yes,
in
you need to
general.
know what kind of customers you want and where is it coming from.
Were you
And
visualizing someone from Australia?
oh, I have no limits. That's not a problem. No
Or
limits.
and
And then
do you
visualization of how do you like your life to look like, that's the most important, because what also I've learned from Bob Proctor, that the how doesn't matter. I mean, you want this and that, the how doesn't matter. You see what you want. Don't see the way, see the end result. So I close my eyes, I go where I want to go. Where I mean, 2 years ago, I visualized what I'm doing here, where I live now. I used to close my eyes every night, like Never Godel said, say, and I close my eyes and I see myself asleep in Austin, Texas, in a house with a pool. And this is where I am right now.
so it
I'm
has
I'm
always been Austin,
living,
Texas,
I'm
hey?
living the old, yeah, I'm living the old visualization.
Mm.
And now I have a new visualization, which I live every night. I mean, I'm grateful, I'm happy where I am. It's not urgent for me to move to the next level. Financially, yes, but physically, I'm very happy where I am. But I know that I can get more. I know
But
that I deserve more.
we always change and improve our visualization into something better. It's always all
Yeah.
about growth.
I got here in December of 2021, and I drove here in the vehicle that I dreamed of. I drove here in Austin. I'm like, okay, you got it. Next.
That's amazing.
What's
That's
next?
amazing.
So
We'll
this
find
is
out
very
soon.
important. You
Yeah.
have to go there. You have to go there every time. And I listen to I record myself describing the house, the business, what I want to do, how many stores I'm gonna have,
Yeah.
what's happening with my kids, with my husband. I listen to it also as a life script that I wrote. So I listen to
Amazing.
this as well.
Yeah.
You just have to go there. And I also do some purifying meditation, like chakras and clearing the path. I mean, connecting with angels. It depends what I feel like. I mean, the minute that I sit down here, I have my own spot here. I sit down, I put my earbuds, and I just go.
Mm. It's doing what works for you because everyone's different too.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Nama, it's amazing to have you here. Thank you again for putting aside some time for today, and
Thank
it's
you.
amazing to have you and see you again. And
Thank you so much.
we shall see you on the next chapter of your life with more.
Hopefully, you're gonna see the Lake Austin in the back next time.
I will. I will. I will.